anybody that knows me knows that, I'm obviously a low head. But Ralph Lauren stock.
Low key been cooking.
Ralph Lauren stock is at $371. 2 years ago, it was at $143.
Yep.
Ralph Lauren stock, if you look at the chart of Ralph Lauren stock, in a time when a lot of retail
and clothing brands, yep,
especially high-end luxury brands have really suffered. Ralph Lauren's like that, they're like that middle, low-end luxury. They're like in the middle, like, right above like Nike, but below Gucci.
Are they entry-level luxury?
Purple Label for sure.
No, well, Purple Label. Yeah, but I think you're just talking about just the brand in general.
The brand
right?
overall, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a legacy brand.
Yeah, I would say every day, every day.
Okay.
Every day, it's yeah. But man, their stock is on fire right now. So
it ain't Ralph though. That's a fact. But
that's funny.
So that's the thing. Would it be a company that you invest in though? The stock has run up. I haven't done the research on them, so I wouldn't know. But is that like a company that you would feel comfortable investing in?
Well, without fully understanding the technicals and everything, I understand the brand. Ralph Lauren has weathered the storm and has stood the test of time.
Mm-hmm. And a quiet killer.
Ralph Lauren's Polo's timeless.
100%.
So I would feel comfortable investing in it because I feel like me as a consumer, I feel comfortable if I come back 10 years from now, I'm gonna be able to wear the same thing 10 years from now, and it's not gonna be looked at any crazy. It's not gonna because we wore the same thing 20 years ago. In high school, we was wearing polo. 25 years ago, we was wearing polo, and it never had a phase where it was like, oh, nah, throw it in the garbage. So you gotta those type of brands. I think it says a lot about the nostalgic feel that it brings. So as far as the stock is concerned, I would feel comfortable from that standpoint as far as understanding the brand and knowing that the brand is here to stay.
Really quick, 7.57 in revenue, 7.57 billion in revenue. Gross margin is 69.2%. Net margin is 11.2%. For this category,
you said the profit margin was 11.
For this category, not bad. And then also too, they haven't. If you look on a quarter-over-quarter basis, I think they had a little issue in 15 and 16, but ever since 2017, they've been steady into the upside, like little drawdown. One of the things you have to look at when you're deciding if you're going to invest in a stock is how far it can go down. So it really doesn't matter if a stock can go up 150%. If its drawdown is 58%, they have relatively low drawdown as well. Not a stock I would particularly want to invest in, but if it was outside of my normal tech weighted bag, this is one that will give you few nightmares if you invested in it. Solid stock through and through. Even if you go decade over decade, the high is 190. The lowest it usually gets to is 78 and some change. If you buy any time in that 78 to 85 range, is tremendous upside. So, like you said, a legacy company that is run incredibly well.
Definitely legacy company. I don't have any exposure to retail, consumer retail. I just feel like the cynical nature of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand. Definitely a legacy brand that has stood the test of time. In an era, in a time where retail is not doing well at all.
And in a time where the consumer is so fickle. It's hard.
For sure. It's tough.
For 50 years and maintain relevance. But shout out to you in the comment section for putting that in, because that's a good thing to I wasn't thinking about that, but I'm glad that you said that because it does relate back to the stocks and it makes it a conversation that we can have as far as, buying things that you can relate to, understanding. And even when we talk to kids, a lot of times we that's the entry level as far as Apple, Nike, different things like that. Just to say you can own stock in those companies that you actually are patronizing. If you are going to support the brand and buy the brand, then you might want to think about being an owner in the brand also. Like I said, that's kind of like an entry level conversation to somebody that's never purchased stock before. But a lot of people might not even know that polo was something that you could even purchase on the stock market.
For sure.
Probably not.
For sure.
If you are paying anybody, make sure you get your invoices out before the end of the year.
Please.
If you want to pay somebody for 2026, because you can get the tax deduction now as opposed to waiting to 2026. So if you're a business owner and you need tax deductions, and if you are a business owner, you're always going to need tax deductions. you might want to consider that if you have some cash over and above what you need right now. Look to see who you're going to pay in the first quarter or even the first half of 2026. If you know if you know you're going to pay these people, it's probably beneficial to pay them now. Have the contract ready. Make sure that okay, upon agreed upon work date, work has to start on this day, but I'm gonna pay you now because it's going to be a tax deduction for you in 2025, even though the work doesn't start until 2026.
Yeah, and do that inside your brokerage account as well. I think that's something that people kind of like gloss over and don't look at your gains and losses. Sometimes I think you can carry over your losses to up to 3 years. So if 2023 or 2022 was a terrible year for you and you had some losses, but you've seen some incredible gains, you can use that to offset because that will be taxable. That income that you made, and I'm happy that you made the money.
Yes,
I'm happy that you made it, and hopefully it was long-term capital gains. I'm happy that you made it, but just be mindful that money that you just received from having those 1,000% option calls or how many ticks you did, that's taxable. So be mindful of that. We're getting to that season.
Yeah.
Oh, and Investfest, the streak continues. We're gonna be talking about Investfest soon. Don't worry about it. But the first billionaire has been confirmed. So we have a streak going for 5 years consecutively of a billionaire, at least one billionaire coming to Investfest. And happy to announce that the first billionaire for 2026 has been confirmed. So the streak continues. We will have a billionaire, at least one billionaire, but probably multiple again.
Perhaps
this year. The streak continues.
Do not take that lightly.
The streak continues.
Great job. Job well done.
Appreciate it.
Job well done.
Appreciate it.
It's out here working.
Year-round job. I know y'all go in the summer. Year-round job.
Oh, we got some meetings already, man.
100%. 100%. Don't stop. The work don't stop. Okay. Let's talk about